Unlock total freedom by converting your Lovable website into a WordPress theme. Lower hosting fees, no SEO limitation. Learn how to ditch platform restrictions. Make your site lightning fast and rise in Google rankings with full design ownership. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so I've watched a few videos on YouTube myself, and you'll be given a prompt like this for Lovable. And if you've followed those videos, then you'll most likely get a message like this one here, where it says it can't create the PHP files in Lovable environment, yada, yada, yada. And in here, it's just giving you a workaround how to do it manually. We actually want it to do it automatically for us. And to achieve this, we need to do a few steps prior to that. So the first thing I did is create a more concise prompt. And to do that, you want to use ChatGPT or Grok or Google Gemini. I tried ChatGPT, but I didn't get the result I was after. So I tried Grok, which did give me that result. So I'm going to head over to Grok. I've already got it open. I'll leave the key points in a document under this video, which will outline all the various different prompts in how I achieved it along each step. So here I just let Grok know that I was trying to convert a Lovable site into a WordPress theme with some prompt. It basically gave me a prompt to paste into Lovable. This was the end prompt, which I use. So this is a starting point. Okay, so here we're just asking Lovable to generate a responsive business agency website, professional header, logo, navigation, and so on. And then it's saying, structure the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to be modular and compatible with a WordPress theme templates like index.php, page.php, and so on, ensuring that the code is clean. So that's key. Then let's switch over to Lovable and we'll scroll up. So this is a prompt which I just showed you. So this is a starting point. So before we actually create the Lovable design, we just want to set everything up so everything's well structured and perfect for us to convert our final design into a WordPress theme. Made some changes. Here it's letting us know the key features in which it implemented: professional header, hero section, services section, and a footer with a contact form, which is here. That's fine. Modular structure. So again, this is part of the key component to actually making this work. Here it's making sure it's structuring everything as it should be structured, perfect for converting it later on to a WordPress theme. Okay, and then here we can preview the code. So another thing which we want to do is, if you don't have GitHub, then I'd sign up to GitHub, and basically I'll click this hub logo here, and you just make sure you connect your GitHub account to your Lovable site, because it will send the code over to GitHub once everything's done. So once I connected my GitHub account, then here it actually pushed the code over to GitHub, which is here. This was created by Lovable. So then we can just hit code, and then we can download this zip file. We can rename the theme, but that's less important. Now the main thing is just trying to get our design over to our WordPress website. So we just hit download a zip file. So I've already downloaded this. If it helps, I'll do it again just to show that it is what I say it is. So we head over to our WordPress dashboard, and then we'll navigate to Appearance, Themes, and then Add Theme, then Upload. And then we can choose the file in which you just downloaded and then install now. Since I've already got it installed, I'm just replacing the current file in which I had. So everything's activated successfully. So now let's head over to our homepage. And here we've got that template in which we've created in Lovable. So the design and the styling element isn't quite there. And we can go ahead and further customize this. But before we do anything, let's just navigate over to the customizer here, and we should be able to change some of these sections. So we've got our logo, we've got our menu items, we've got this hero section here. And if we scroll over to hero section, we can go ahead and change this message here. Okay, so you get the idea. So we can change the copy of our theme here. One thing, which I didn't anticipate is here, for example, we've got our primary button and our secondary button. but there isn't actually a link over to this button. So this is where you'd actually have to do some manual tweaking on Lovable to make sure everything's functioning as you expect. What I would personally do is I would screenshot this settings page here, and I'd head over to Lovable. I'd paste it in, and I'd say something like, we've got our primary and secondary button. However, there's no way to add a link to those buttons. Then here, it's updated the code, and it says add links to hero buttons. So we can go ahead and click on this, and we can see it's added the code here. So this is actually edited in our front page, and we can view this on GitHub. So here's the changes that it's made, and we can re-download this theme. So let's download it, and now let's re-upload the theme onto our website. So again, appearance, themes, upload. There's this one here, install, activate. So now when we refresh this page, we should have an option to add a link for each of these buttons. So let's view our hero section again. And now we've actually got the link for each of these buttons. So again, you'll have to go through, and if there's any particular section that isn't working as you expected, I'll create a screenshot, and then I'll just mention it to Lovable, and it should create a fix for you. Even, for example, this header section, we could screenshot it and say something like, it doesn't quite look like my current design, and it should modify it. But you've got the basic principle. Sort of the key things to keep in mind is, first, that initial prompt to Lovable. So you have to let it know beforehand that you're going to convert it into a WordPress theme so it can structure everything as it's supposed to. So that's a key component. Just make sure you connect up your GitHub account as well, so you can send all the theme files over to your GitHub, and then you can download it and upload it from there. And then just fine tune it by checking out each individual settings, going back over to Lovable, and just making sure it's working as it's supposed to. This brings us to the end of this video. If you found it useful, like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you've got any questions, leave it in the comment box.